Top thermal bottles in 2022. Thermal bottles are a great way to keep your drinks cold while you're outdoors during the summer. For a lot of people, that's the beginning and end of their use, which is a real shame, because thermal bottles are so much more advanced pieces of engineering than you might think. The common misconception about thermal bottles is that they're only good for keeping cold drinks cold. But the insulation that these bottles use does not discriminate between hot and cold. All insulation prevents the movement of thermal energy. Therefore, in addition to keeping the cool cold, it also means that the hot keeps its heat. While this greatly expands the use of a thermal bottle, it must be noted not all thermal bottles are created equal. You have to watch out for bottles that are only partly insulated, as well as bottles that use materials that can degrade over time, as these bottles can end up leaving flakes of their materials in your water. And for that reason, we've made a list. This list collects the top 5 thermal bottles for you to get in 2022. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new content. This video is presented by Outdoor Obsessed. Number 1. Coldest Sports Water Bottle. We are starting with the Coldest Sports Water Bottle due to its affordable price in combination with its elegant design. This design includes an insulated lid, making sure that neither cold nor heat leaks out the top, as well as a hands-free straw. One of the most common ways of getting your thermal bottle water dirty is by the classic flip-up straw design. Designs like that require you to actually touch the straw, which practically guarantees that any bacteria on your hand transfers to the straw. The Coldest Sports Water Bottle doesn't require you to touch the straw, which makes sure it's clean at all times. At the same time, the straw is the easiest place for your bottle's temperature to be compromised. Fortunately, the lid of this thermal bottle is insulated, just like the rest of it, making sure that no cold or warmth is lost through it. The insulation of the water bottle is triple layered, with a layer of insulation on the inside and outside, and a third between them. The inner and outer layers are a mixture of stainless steel and metal, ensuring that no material flakes off and into your water. The layer in between is primarily plastic, which insulates much better, but should not come into contact with the water. This design means that the middle layer never comes near to your water, keeping your drinks pure as always. The Coldest Sports Water Bottle takes our top spot by being a great all-arounder for keeping your drinks at the temperature you want in any situation. Number 2. 50 Strong Squeeze Water Bottle. We mentioned earlier how one of the great design challenges of thermal bottles is both keeping the lid and straw from leaking temperature, as well as preventing germs and bacteria from contaminating that same straw. The 50 Strong Squeeze Water Bottle solves both problems. As the name implies, these bottles are made of a soft plastic that allows you to squeeze them to get the water out of them. This means no sucking. You don't even have to put your lips to the bottle, you can just spray it right into your mouth. One thing about this thermal bottle design that sticks out to people is the fact that they come in packs of 6. Does this mean that they're fragile and disposable? Well, surprisingly, no. These water bottles will last you for years without wearing down or changing shape from being squeezed. The niche the 50 Strong Squeeze water bottles fill is that of a soccer coach, the hiking instructor, or anyone else who needs insulated water bottles for multiple people. Not only that, but the squeezing design makes them easier and more practical to clean. At the same time, they are still thermal bottles. That means you can fill them with cool liquid and keep them around, waiting for people to pick them up. If you need to provide bottles for a sports team, a recreation area, or any other situation with a plurality of people, then the 50 Strong Squeeze water bottles will cover you. Number 3. BJPKPK Insulated Water Bottle. We have hinted at the possibility of keeping warmer liquids in a thermal bottle, but the BJPKPK Insulated Water Bottle is the first item on the list that is designed with that in mind. Of course, it can still contain cooler liquids as well, but there are a few things to the BJPKPK design that make it stand out for storing warmer things. To begin with, its layered stainless steel insulation helps contain heat better than a plastic inner lining. Like many thermal water bottles, this design uses 3 layers to its insulation. But unlike others, its stainless steel inner lining is meant to actively conduct heat. Now, why would a thermal bottle want to do that? Conductivity usually means heat leaves the bottle. Well, it does if the heat has anywhere to go, but the stainless steel on the inside of this bottle only makes the heat go right into the insulating layer. That means the heat is constantly moving and never settling, but also never venting out of the bottle anywhere. On top of that, the BJPKPK build has a vacuum-sealed top. If you're keeping soup, coffee, or anything with milk in your thermal bottle, a vacuum-sealed top will make sure that it does not spoil. Get this water bottle if you want to be sure a warm substance stays warm. Number 4. Swell Stainless Steel Roamer Bottle. A much more common niche to fill than group settings or warm liquids is a need for sheer volume. Long hikes, car rides, and other situations that leave you apart from the ability to refill your water bottle will all have you needing to rely on your water bottle for sustenance. The Swell Stainless Steel Roamer Bottle is all about dealing with that situation. But of course, a few design issues come to light with most large capacity water bottles, particularly weight and the ability to hold on to the water bottle. This design solves both of those. Weight is handled by the unique materials that make up the water bottle. While there is a stainless steel component to it, the material on both the outside and inside are mixed with a sustainably sourced plastic. This mixture makes the bottle far lighter. In fact, it also solves the problem of being able to easily hold such a large bottle, as it gives the bottle a unique texture that makes gripping it far easier. This is on top of also providing that vacuum seal top, allowing it to also serve as a container for those warmer substances we mentioned earlier. If you are going on a long trip, whether on foot or in a car, the Swell Stainless Steel Roamer Bottle will keep you hydrated throughout the whole thing. Number 5. CORKCICLE Canteen. Last on our list is the go-to premium option for thermal bottles, the CORKCICLE Canteen. A sports canteen with some added flair. This combines mobility, durability, and volume to make the perfect canteen for any activity that is outdoors and lasting up to a day. The first thing that you will notice about this bottle is its unique look. It looks like wood, and there is certainly oak inside it. But to make sure that it is durable, it is actually oak mixed with a special plastic insulator, keeping it both durable and safe against leaking temperature. It is higher volume than most water bottles and even comes in larger sizes if you want them. The default size is designed with a deliberately large mouth to the bottle, as it is meant to fit entire ice cubes in it if need be. The mobility we mentioned comes from the relatively light weight to its size, as well as the resistance to condensation and grip of the materials. This is another generalist thermal bottle with a few extra layers of protection, as well as a fancy design. We put it last on the list because it's a jack of all trades and master of none. Whichever of these thermal bottles you choose, you won't go wrong. Just remember to keep in mind your needs as far as weight and volume are concerned, as well as what you're putting in the thermal bottle to begin with. Which bottle you choose is as much determined by your circumstances as your tastes. For some people, buying a 6-pack of squeeze bottles is the only reasonable thing to do. But for another person, they might need one enormous water bottle instead. Think it through before you make a purchase.